Welcome to Fooling Around RC. I'm Mike, and today we're continuing on with the Great Planes Patriot build. We ran into a dilemma, which I've talked about in previous episodes, about the fuel tank, so stay tuned for I'll kind of give you an insight of what I got going on with it, about placement, and then we're going to get the push rods installed for the throttle and the nose landing gear. We'll temp install the nose landing gear back in it. And then also we'll get the bottom sheeting on the aft of the bottom of the fuselage. So without further ado, let's head to the bench. Okay, so we're back. I got the servos installed. I haven't got this stuff done yet, but I just kind of routed it in there. It's basically going to go like this, and then it goes through your F1, your front former, and then this side will go to my retract steering. I got to looking at this, and I'm like, well, this may mess with my idea of the tank, but I don't think it will. I put the plans up next to the fuselage, and with the tank being in here like so, the servo should be back here. So we should have no impediment of the servo with the tank being right there. So I think I'm going to get the push rods in and kind of set up. And then I think the next thing on this, as far as the tank goes, is I need to iron out what I'm going to do with that tank, because it won't fit up front because it's too tall. The 8-ounce won't fit either because of that servo or the electric retracts. So that's my dilemma. That's what I'm planning on doing though, but that's what I'm thinking of, is I'm going to mount it right there. It's still ahead of your CG, so you're still going to get the weight from the tank being in the front of the CG, because the CG is way back here. Yeah, there's F3. CG's about right in there. So the tank's still up here, and that motor is pretty heavy. Which the 40 is heavy too, so I looked them up and they're all pretty close to the same weight if I remember right. That's why I decided to go with it. But I think that's what I'm gonna do with the tank. I just gotta adjust those formers, or clearance them quarter rounds, and then put some padding in there for the tank, and then we can set the tank up and then anchor it in. Yep, that's the game plan, so let's press on. It's going to be much easier to cut it off up here than it is in there, so that's what I'm going to do. Should be fine right there. Plenty. And we can cut this off. There we go. I was trying to get where y'all can see it, but there, and then this one here I gotta get that nose wheel retract in there so I can figure that out. Let's do that. Let's put the nose wheel back in it. Dang it. This nose wheel comes with a long old cable. And dang, near almost reached my receiver, because the receiver's going to go back here with your servos. That ought to work out perfectly. I just gotta get this cut. I think I'm gonna leave this up here about that long. Back here needs to go about that long. Only thing that sucks with cutting them with them, not like a saw, is it'll crack them. But you can put a little glue on them and they're good. This is exciting. I don't know if y'all getting as much joy out of it as I am, but I am enjoying it. Okay. Clean these things up so I'm freaking got some rust on them. Since I know that's there, I'm gonna go ahead and glue that guy so it keeps quit sliding around. There it is. Take your plans. Give it a little twist and work it in there. And let her sit. This whole face will get a probably gonna do the epoxy treatment on it. Epoxy with alcohol, wash it on, fuel proof it. There's getting it. It doesn't want you to glue these until you get the nose wheel and all that stuff in and get that set up too. So need to find my screws. I'm gonna put 2 in it just to tack it in. I'll hold it. Y'all want to see something cool? Me not crap over. Watch. this. I got this servo tester off of Mile High RC. That's what it was. I think it was like 54 bucks. But it does a whole lot of stuff. It's pretty cool. You can test up to 8 servos at a time, and then it has 4 dedicated channels, and then you have 4 expandable channels. But it'll give you the amperage and all that stuff that servos are pulling. Haha! It's alive! I got some more trim. Oh, it's because it's hitting that. That's why. Go back down a second, buddy. Bring you up. I wonder if I have you need to. Come on, thing, get in there. I got to drill the daggum hole out. Yep. Ah, got it. guys see? Turn it that way so you can see. Bada bing, bada boom. We'll have to leave it down like that, so that way I get more nose steering. That's fine. It works. Ha 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 ha. Yep, I'm gonna pour that over. One more time. Yeehaw! Okay. So we got all the, well, not all of them, but we got the linkages around that we needed to. I don't know if I showed you this before, but I did this off camera and I went ahead and grooved that out so this arm, so the actual retract will work like it's supposed to now, so this arm don't bind up for your steering. And then I also put a plate on the back side, another plate to help brace up that front end. So we got our lines run. I'm not going to anchor them down yet because, like I said, the fuel tank is planning on going right here. I actually have a plate printing on my 3D printer right now to mount the fuel tank right here. So our next phase will be to do the sheeting back here. I was kind of holding off on it, but I can still get to these to mount them. So that's pretty much after you run these, and your next thing is to find your 1/16 by 3 and do your cross sheeting back here. So your ply hatch, go right here. You just got to center it up right here, and see 2, 3, 4, right behind F5, and we'll anchor it down there. We're to drill 1/16 inch holes, and it's divoted so you can already marked for you. And then once we drill the 1/16, then we step up to the 3/32, and then we use number 2 screws is what I'll anchor it in, or anchor it on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drill these holes, and then I'll take 1 or 2 screws and I'll anchor it down, and then we'll start working on the sheeting to come forward. You ain't got to worry so much with overhangs because we can sand that off. Just want to make sure your screws are lining up on your, or screw holes are lining up on your stringers. bit's dull as heck. You know it's dull when you don't want to drill through wood. I'm not going to put any right up next to this because I don't want to glue this down, but I'll put some here. It went back there. Cameraman did that too. We'll do it this way. Go ahead and pull this off where it gets stuck on. Basically, I just threaded the holes and I'll apply some NCA to them to harden up those threads. Take these and put them back in the bag so we don't lose them.